Hey everyone, it's Jim Hamill, and it is plain to see that the Pocono Mountains is a wonderful place to visit, including right here at Lake Wayne and Pike. And we're at the Visitor Center here. So many people come in through our region each and every year, and it benefits the local economy and the businesses and organizations here. So we wanted to take you on a little journey to find out how tourism gives back throughout both Pike and Wayne counties. Come on along. Our first stop on this journey was Wallenpaupack Brewing Company, just down Route 6, celebrating 5 years in business and giving back the best way Becky and her crew know how.
So we found a variety of ways to give back. One is through beer, which is a lot of fun because we get to make a beer sometimes for a cause and feature that on the draft and then give a portion of the proceeds back to the cause that we're trying to support.
With such a large facility, the brewery can give back in other ways too, including its space for fundraisers.
We were really happy to invite the Rotary in to do a successful event for supporting Ukraine. They did karaoke, so a lot of times when the fundraisers come to us, they're different things than we've normally done.
These past years have shown even greater needs throughout the community, including the need for a place to stay. Our journey then took us to Waymart and the lodge at Keene Lake, where giving back means providing a sense of home.
I have so many people, like during COVID, that sent their families here to stay because they needed a safety zone for them to come. And they landed here and then would go visit with their parents.
Joyce DeBastiani opens her doors to the community in times of need, all so that those in need have an affordable place to stay.
But I also have families that come here because they may have a big flooding issue at their home, or fire, or during COVID, an EMT that needed a safe place to land so that they didn't bring COVID to their house, to their home, and kept their family safe. So many different things kind of come their way, and people like staying here because it gives them a home.
Wayne County, like the rest of the Pocono Mountains, has an immense network of nonprofit organizations that answer the call for help daily. Back in Honesdale, Black and Brass Coffee Roasting Company is committed to helping many causes.
We contribute to many charities in the form of checks and cash, in the form of gift baskets and donations, but what we're most proud of is the custom blends that we create for the nonprofits. The newest one that's coming out is for the library.
The coffee company worked with the library to create Possibility Perk, and a percentage of the sales goes directly to the nonprofit organization. And it's just the latest in a long line of charities with their own blends.
You can find us supporting multiple organizations that we value and respect: VIP, Heroin Task Force, animal shelters, Destin Animal Shelter, of course the Wayne County Library, NEPA-NAMI, mental health awareness. So many good nonprofits in this area. We want to continue contributing to them, and what we do is just a small part, a drop in the bucket for what they do for our community.
The list of community support from another Honesdale business, Camp Umpy's, is long. Cheryl Batcher is happy to help with both donations and in-kind donations for all sorts of causes.
It's a pretty extensive list. Because of course, like in the community, you're always doing, the school always asks for stuff. The kids that work here, if they're in anything, tennis, soccer, in the plays, we've done money and in-kind donations. We do a lot of in-kind donations because I feel like those are the best.
And Camp Umpy's dedicates a portion of its sales every year to the Trevor Project, focusing on LGBTQIA+ causes, including counseling and outreach.
They do phone counseling, they do in-person counseling, they do a lot of outreach, they do a lot of laws, just to kind of protect that community. So every year we do a fundraiser for them through the summer. This year, I think it was like $1,600 we ended up sending to the Trevor Project.
Whether it's supporting the broader community financially or through raising awareness, these tourism-driven companies are making a major difference throughout the Poconos and the world. Lake Wallenpaupack has been a destination in its own right for nearly a century. There are generations of families who've given back to this area, including at Gresham's Landing. Steve Gelderman and his family know the value of giving back.
If we're not being a part of our community, then everything else fails. The community, to support everything, you have to give back, you have to help, you have to do your part, and that shows.
So when the grassroots litter cleanup crew Keep Holly Honesdale Beautiful asked for help, Steve and his family did what came naturally.
When he was early on in the stages, they were having issues. They're standing right alongside Route 6 picking up trash and cars are flying by. So he had seen we had some like slow down signs, and he reached out to me and said, so we were like, no problem, we'll get them. We got a vendor, we ordered him some signs, and it's just kind of spiraled from that point. Whatever he needs, we're there for him.
Well, knowing that we have the community support keeps us going, that we have the money behind us to buy supplies, safety equipment, get people shirts, our tie-dye shirts, it makes us feel like a team. It makes us feel cohesive. It brings us together. So having the support of East Shore Lodging and Woodlock and Honesdale Loft, this is huge.
Speaking of Woodlock Resort, the family-run business has always done a lot for this community. Whether it's helping hundreds of employees during the height of the pandemic with food and other items, or through charities, including BK Hope Cures, near and dear to Bob Kiesendahl.
I happen to be a cancer survivor myself. I'm 23 years out, very fortunate, very lucky. As I was going through my battle, I just then realized I was going to get out of this. I started focusing on what am I going to do after I beat cancer. And I realized I had a fortune to be in the family I'm in and all the resources to work with, and it created 3 different events that happen annually: a 5K, a golf tournament, a tricky tray event, and formed Hope Cures. It's the name of the foundation. And to date, we've given back over $1.5 million to cancer research and patient care.
Woodlock also supports Folds of Honor, a national organization helping those who've lost military loved ones in the line of duty.
And the dollars that are raised from that tournament are given back to families. And they always choose a family during that event of someone in the local area, which is really powerful.
This is also known as a green lodging partner. Woodlock and Settlers Properties give guests the option of contributing dollars at the end of their stays to the Delaware Highlands Conservancy, which in turn helps protect land in the Poconos for the future.
Over $300,000 that Woodlock alone has contributed back. Well, really our guests have contributed back because it's such a special place for them that they invest as well to help preserve.
That small donation, when it goes across tens of thousands of hotel room nights a year, ends up being real money, and that green lodging program supports the preservation of our lands and the natural resources that we depend on.
Justin Genslinger with Settlers Inn, Ledges Hotel, Hawley Silk Mill, and Silver Birches, to name a few, is always finding ways to help support the community.
So we donate to over 500 different nonprofit events a year through a combination of, funds, but also, event spaces, hotel rooms, gift certificates.
Last and certainly not least on our journey, finding ways the Pocono tourism industry gives back, is Three Hammers Winery. The owners and staff saw a need too, and developed Pour It Forward, collected items for the local food pantries, and even held a car show to increase awareness for that need.
We asked some of our guests that come to the winery to bring some non-perishable food items for some discounts on our wines. And we hosted our first car show, and we tied that all in this summer, and we received a lot of great donations, and we wanted to thank all of our customers for providing that for us.
This donation is going to make a significant impact for many of our community members. All the donations that come here support us, and it's always very much appreciated that we have others within the community helping to raise food and resources for our pantry system.
Community and charity going hand in hand. And there are still more instances where tourism gives back to the Poconos, whether it's in big or small ways. It is still the sum of the parts that matters, keeping this Poconos region strong and resilient now and in the future. Jim Hamill for the Pocono Television Network.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the Pocono Tourism YouTube channel and click the bell button below to be the first to watch new videos. You can also click the link on the screen to watch more episodes of Pocono Mountains magazine.